This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
The importance of the subject. Traffic accidents have become the top reason for many deaths and injuries. The main reasons for such accidents are not only the neglect or non-observance of road rules, but also the non-observance of safety regulations. The most susceptible to traffic accidents and injuries are motorcyclists, as motorbike is quite a dangerous means of transport. The necessity to protect motorcyclists from probable accidents has necessitated this research. We are going to cast light upon the importance of the use of helmets by motorcyclists and passengers, as brain injuries are the most serious ones, and head injuries have irreparable consequences. The problem is that many motorcyclists, as well as their passengers, neglect the use of such preservers as helmets and sometimes have to pay for their light-mindedness with their lives. The factors conditioned the necessity of adopting helmet use laws in all countries. This current issue of the necessity of the strict rules of using helmets and following these rules should be taken into account by the government of every country where this means of transport is quite popular, by official representatives who are responsible for the order on the road, and by the motorcyclists, passengers. Motorcycles are more dangerous compared to other means of transport. According to the latest research of the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, the number of deaths on motorbikes in 2007 was 37 times per mile traveled. There were 4,281 deaths among motorcyclists and their passengers in 2009, more than in 1997 but less than in 2008, which hit the records in the number of motorbike fatalities, which accounted for 5,112. The highest number of motorcyclists killed in the accidents, according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, was in 1997. The consequences of the non-observance of helmet use laws. Motorcycles have high top speeds and rapid acceleration. They are less steady than other means of transport and less visible on the road, especially in the dark. That is why there are so many accidents on motorbikes. Wearing a helmet, in this case, is very important, as well as other protective equipment. Helmets protect motorcyclists from head injuries, which are so often caused by accidents on motorbikes. Head injuries are the leading cause of death among motorcyclists. Many countries have strict rules committing motorcyclists as well as their passengers to wear helmets. It should be noted that not every country has such strict rules. Laws obligating all motorcyclists to use helmets are followed in 19 states and the District of Columbia. Laws requiring only some categories of motorcyclists to wear helmets are adopted in 28 states. There is not any law requiring one to wear a helmet at all, only in 3 states, namely Illinois, Iowa, and New Hampshire. As for the USA, the history of the use of this law started in 1967. Michigan was the first state that began to realize the helmet use law in 1968. The use of this law continues to be followed in the United States of America. Nevertheless, many people have forgotten about the rules of precautions, and the government softens the penalties of the non-observance of helmet use laws. This fact makes our research more needed, as one of the main aims of our research is to attract the government representatives' attention to create strict laws of using helmets and other protective equipment, which may reduce the number of deaths in accidents on motorbikes. Active prevention of such accidents is connected with public awareness of safety precautions and overall compliance with them. All the above has conditioned our research. The main questions raised in our research are: how effective is the use of helmets? Are there any disadvantages to wearing helmets? What is the history of helmet use laws in the United States and in other countries? How does the number of deaths among motorcyclists depend on helmet use laws? How do helmet use laws connect with the costs of healthcare? What is much better, to have good training or to have protective equipment? All these questions need to be researched and answered in order to make officials and motorcyclists think about this burning issue. Firstly, we are going to highlight the necessity of wearing helmets for motorcyclists and their passengers. The number of deaths among motorcyclists in countries where there is no strict rule of wearing helmets exceeds this number in those countries where this law is strictly followed, and its non-observance is punished. We are going to provide the consequences of the neglect of this rule. At last, we want to provide the means that help to make the use of helmets more popular and even obligatory. Every motorcyclist, as well as the passenger, should be aware of the safety precautions. The results of our research should attract the public attention and change their attitude to the observance of the safety tips. Everyone should realize that our health is in our hands, and we are able to protect our lives with such simple rules as wearing a helmet. This research paper on the importance of using helmets by motorcyclists and passengers was written and submitted by a student just like you. The Ivy Panda Samples database hosts thousands of works similar to this one, on various subjects. Visit ivypanda.com to find what you are looking for, free of charge.